Hello, and welcome to our live stream. Today we'll be doing a live stream for Adopt a Monster. We will be doing a Nuzlocke playthrough where I'll just select a monster for a save file, and then we'll basically go right into it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. With me are Conan the Librarian and Galina. And of course, I'm Rilvenar. Almost forgot to introduce myself. Always the lead start, right? And, well, Conan, tell us a little bit about yourself and what this event is all about. Or Galina can do that, but yeah. I'll just start off making a save file.
Nice. Exactly, yeah. So while Rilvenar is starting that, yes, this is a special event in which we're partnering with other developers to do the Adopt a Monster fundraiser. So far, we've raised over $2,000 out of our goal of $5,000, so getting really close to halfway there. We got some cool prizes and such for the donations. Galina, do you perhaps want to talk about that? I saw someone had asked which monsters are available to adopt, so maybe you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have in total 9 monsters that are up for adoption, 3 from each game, because we are basically, even though it's a bigger event including many more monster taming developers, the main organizers of this event have been we and the teams behind Coromon and Creature Keeper. And so 3 monsters out of every game. And for Monster Sanctuary, it's Ormtail and Catsurker and the new Cracker Turtle that you will be only getting to know in the DLC soon.
Yes, and for the info on the other monsters with the games that we're partnering on, where can people find info on that?
Oh, best thing is to just go to our link tree. I will just post it in the chat again.
Yes, and said link right there will be automatically put by the Nightbot every now and then, so that info will always be at your fingertips.
Yes, and you can also use the command charity or the command adopt a monster, and that will also bring up the commands.
Yes, so before we get started here, Rilvenar, question, who do you want to pick?
I cannot. Since we are doing a Nuzlocke run, our starters are determined by the Bravery mode, meaning that, well, in this save file we got the Toad, which I'm very happy with.
You passed the test, Dan. You passed the
test.
Yes. Okay, we know what Nuzlocke means. Apparently, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we know what Nuzlocke means in the scenario of Monster Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's right.
And are there any people that want to name our Toad?
Oh yeah, first come, first serve.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Actually, I think the naming of monsters, was it for Monster Sanctuary or Pokemon, is always my most hated part in games.
I mean, I usually just use the standard name, but...
You mean like the default name?
Yeah, default name. Okay, donate.
Well, that was creative.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, so while command to donate, that's great. So while Rilvenar is getting things started, we can discuss what he's doing. So Rilvenar, refresh me, which options did you select, and then I can discuss what those mean.
I selected Randomizer, Bravery, and Death Mode.
And Permadeath. Okay, perfect. So with the upcoming DLC set for June 30, we are adding in a few different game mode options. And by the way, yes, these game modes are compatible with both New Game and New Game Plus, so they're very flexible.
With each other also.
Yes, and with each other. Yes. So for the game modes, Permadeath is exactly what it sounds like. If a monster gets knocked out, you can no longer use it in battle for the rest of the game. To prevent soft locking, we've made it so you can still use that monster's exploration ability, though. Otherwise, as you can see those Druid Oak at the beginning of the game, Randomizer does exactly what it sounds like. It will randomize the monsters that you find in the wild. So that can lead to all sorts of fun challenges and different monsters that you can get at different times in the game. However, the other option that Rilvenar selected was the Bravery mode, which will change a lot. Instead of being able to find monster eggs from defeating them in battle like normal, the idea is that the game will randomly assign you one of the 4 starters and then a couple other random monsters. And as you progress in the game, you will find a couple more randomized monster eggs to add to your party.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was a very good explanation, actually. I mean, we haven't showcased the Bravery mode so much yet, so this should be pretty new to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And if there are any problems with audio or whatever, feel free to let us know as well. I just added the sound effects, because I usually play without them, but for the stream I should probably enable them.
Yeah. That would be nice.
As someone was mentioning in the chat about, wow, you got a really cool drop, bracelet +2 in the first couple battles of the game. The answer is yes. If the monsters are randomized, their loot tables are still the same. That means that potentially you can get some very powerful items very early in the game.
Yes. For me, it's always like kind of fun to just get like a shift axe from Mad Lords or some other like +5 equipment very early on and just power through the game. But for other people that might be less interesting or like straight up cheating. But you always have the choice to just do what you want.
Exactly. We totally know and understand that these extra game modes are not going to be perfectly balanced. That in many ways is not the point of them. The point of them is to have fun.
Yes. Also, I'm just going quickly through the battles to show off as much as possible in this 1 hour stream. But yeah.
But how about that new Karagla model? I love that.
Yeah, man, that's so good. I especially love just like the supportive casting animation of it. It's way too adorable.
Cat playing with the blue ball. How can you not love it?
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's look at your team that you got. Actually, a decent start.
Yeah, definitely.
As I see. Yeah, the idea is that your Toad can be a nice early game healer, and
exactly
then maybe
what I was going for.
and then maybe switch into a buffer support a little later when Yaoi can actually do the healing, and Mimic, of course, great damage dealer.
Yes.
Brarmanis is saying Yaoi's going to die against Steam Golem.
You watch me.
Well, you got some equipment right there that can help keep it alive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly 1200 life at level 1 or 2. Sounds completely fair to me.
Anyway, so talking about, can DLC monsters appear in this? And the answer is yes. They are part of the general pool of monsters.
Definitely. And as you can see, Monk has also done an overhaul, sprite overhaul.
Quite like the looks of the flowing robes.
Yes.
Yes. But anyway, I also see in the chat here that one of our coworkers at Moirai, Ani, is hanging out in the chat.
Ooh.
Yay, Ani! Hi!
Welcome.
Yes, thankfully at Moirai we've been expanding our team, I would say, quite significantly in recent months. Obviously, we are doing a lot of work behind the scenes on our second publicly untitled game. And Ani is one of our programmers, so I'm sure you'll get to see some of her handiwork sometime in the future.
True. But yeah, let's not take away too much.
Ethereal Wanderer. Those emotes are adorable.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Rilvenar, for a question in the chat, if you could elaborate this in terms of some of the parameters on where monsters can spawn with the randomizer.
Yes. Randomized monsters are basically randomized by swapping them around. So if you have like a, let's say, Umberlina in this area, you will most likely find a blob or a magma pillar or a rocky in the Forgotten World area. And it's basically... Oh, I'm not level yes. Doing two things at the same time is not useful. Randomized monsters are cool in that they have not always adjusted skills. So you can definitely fight a monster that, for example, Ascendant, who still has his level 30 skills, even though he's level 10 or even lower. Meaning that some monsters become really, really dangerous, and some monsters are kind of a little bit of a pushover. But in general, I would say it's quite balanced, and the monsters that were really pushover, we already balanced out to have like a bit more skills or a bit more buffs. So overall, I would say it's quite balanced, good experience with really fun monsters that you can experience. You can experience every champion. You can even get, I think, except for 2 monsters, I'm not entirely sure. I know that you cannot encounter Bard, and I'm not sure if you can encounter Scourge, but...
Scorch is a special circumstance. I think you can encounter them. Okay. As you said, there are, and you can continue playing while I'll elaborate further.
I mean, I want to show off the pilot here.
I love that. Yeah, the Goblin pilot instead of Manticore. That's great. But yeah, in terms of some of the parameters, the idea is that the main parameters we work with on the randomization has more to do with exploration abilities as opposed to what a monster is. Yes. The idea is that in combat, we kind of don't care. Like, you can get anything even if it is potentially imbalanced early on, that's perfectly fine. Explorabilities are our main concern in terms of making sure that the player doesn't get soft blocked. So it would be a little complex to go into all the detail, but suffice to say that we have things arranged to where the player should be able to get the various monsters they need to progress in the game. The catch, however, is that there are going to be some instances where you may not necessarily get certain exploration powers to allow you to get certain treasures. You know, oh, maybe I don't get this power, maybe I don't get that power, you know, that's fine. You can always kind of get those later on if you don't get them, you'd say, sooner.
Yes. Also, one of the things that most people don't recognize or like think about is your mana early game is for a lot of monsters an actual big issue.
Oh man, yeah, I can imagine that.
This is a Bravery mode. Every new area you get a chest with random monsters.
Where is it?
And for now I got an Atlut egg, which I'm actually really happy about, because this means that I already have a mount, but also a light monster with its new explore abilities.
Yes, and Oclut's new model.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't have planned this better. Did you prepare a seat? Did you prepare a seat, Rilvenar, or are you? Good.
I mean, you can go back in the vault. You can just see
it. No, you also have Yaoi, which is already like a running gag.
Can I actually
measuring
make this?
In Yaoi.
Yeah, I cannot make that, but still.
Yes. Oh yes. As for the difficulty settings, did you choose normal if I recall? Did. Yes, normal. Okay.
Because since this is on permadeath and I do want to show off as much as possible, I thought it would be adamant to not play on master mode and actually lose too many monsters to keep on playing. But I don't anticipate that I will actually be losing monsters on normal, since I'm just used on master mode or to master mode.
So why not increase the difficulty? I mean, it is a Nuzlocke. It's supposed to be challenging. I think people want to see you suffer a bit.
Okay,
maybe.
I'm fine. I was not expecting to have a solid team, but I actually do, so I'm okay with increasing.
That's also the good thing, right? And that you can permanently increase difficulty if you want to.
But yes, the player base had definitely asked for quite a long time to make Aklut a rideable monster, and yes, it is rideable, but not only rideable, but it still has its sonar explorability as well, so you get to ride around and see in the dark at the same time.
Also, hey, Peace Rich. I might actually call someone Mitro or Eldri. For everyone else watching, Peace Rich and Mitro are good friends of mine that just joined the channel, I see. So, always good to see old friends here.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Hi, welcome. Your team is doing well, I think.
I mean,
let's see how it changes. If you regret putting it to master,
it's definitely shown that it's now a master, since I don't just one-shot basically Garrett Low anymore, which I kind of used to be able to do. And he heals for a bit more, but it's all good.
Yes.
So far, Permadeath is not taken from you.
I mean, these encounters are not the hardest yet.
Thankfully not. Rilvenar, refresh me as to what the command for the info bot is.
You can do !adopt a monster or !charity, and Galina knows which command does what.
Which is which?
There we go. So yes, as a reminder for those joining us, this is in connection to the Adopt a Monster special event this weekend, working along other Monster Tamer developers, raise money for charity for real-life monsters, I mean animals. And yes, we are over $2,300 out of our goal of $5,000, so getting really close to halfway. Day 1 went really well. We'll see how day 2 goes.
Yes. And thank you to everyone that's actually donating.
Yeah, totally. I also wanted to mention, I mean, you can see on the Tiltify donation page, you can, which is, by the way, accessible through the link that you see posted from the bot. You can see that a lot of people put comments, and I've read so many comments saying Monster Sanctuary brought them there, and I'm really, really happy and proud to be part of such a caring community. Not only caring about their fun, but also about animal welfare. That's really, really nice to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yes, another team
Adam is joined
in the chat. We have Adam, one of our artists. He is the one who did all those different sprite updates, like you see the Caraglow on screen, and the sprites for the 10 new monsters in the DLC. Yes, what he's talking about is that little joke about how many yaois can something fit. He's made a nice little animation with a yaoi popping out of a mimic. Quite amusing.
He's also the inventor of the measurements of what we use in a Monster Sanctuary.
The measurements, yeah. We decided, since we have both like American teammates and European teammates, that it's easier to not use the metric system or the American system, but just create our own system, because you cannot ever have enough systems to measure stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. You know, modern problems call for modern solutions.
100%.
There's always a way to make stuff more complicated.
I'll actually go for this.
But as for the cool, you'd say donation prizes and such, did you want to give a little description of some of the fun stuff people can get?
Yes, of course, would love to. Because we didn't tell much about it, actually, like not on the social channels, but I mean, Twitter is limited, so, you know, I had to prioritize. basically the lowest tier reward that you get for basically just spending $5 is a customized adoption certificate for your monster, which you can. It is a digital file, but you can of course also print it out. Made with care and love by us. And the second tier also includes this adoption certificate, as well as the key art in a desktop wallpaper and also mobile background wallpaper. Do you also call it wallpaper? I'm not sure. And the third tier is to have both tiers before, as well as a set of e-cards that are actually really, really cool and cute. Basically, the idea was to have different e-cards based on the monster that you donated for, that you adopted, basically. With funny little captions that you can send to your friends or, use like that all over the internet. These are like the basic tiers that we have for donation rewards. And then we have some special rewards, of which some are already taken. Those were limited. But at least I know Coromon has last minute added some in-game hats for like also based on their adoptable monsters. And also Coromon has added a special reward that you can donate to become an NPC in their game, which is also really, really cool.
Yes.
And the other special rewards are already taken, so I better not do that too much.
Yes. As a note from the chat, Tanuki was talking about you can burn the vines with your mimic.
Yes, I actually realized that after fighting Akmamov, and I will actually go back because then I can show off the Katzurka resprite.
Yeah.
Nice. So anyway, good if the community base has to correct the dev spray.
Always.
Yes. And as Galina was talking about with these various prizes that you can get with Adopt a Monster, yes, they are from the 3 different games that are working together on this. So you can always go and pick your favorite monsters from those games. One of which is a game that is actually not, you'd say, officially released as of yet, Creature Keeper. So, they have a good opportunity to kind of get some word on what they're about. At same time tomorrow, as in Sunday, as in 10 a.m. Pacific time / 7 p.m. Germany time, it is that there will be a panel with all 3 of the developers. Is that right, Galina? All 3 will be attending?
Yes, actually we have even 2 from Coromon, but yeah, all 3 teams are represented.
Perfect. Okay, so 2 reps for them. Excellent. So yeah, the idea is that tomorrow there will be another stream where you can actually talk to the main developers as opposed to, just us. We don't make the game. We just help with it. So you'll be able to ask all sorts of questions. It'll be a good opportunity to get some insights, from Dennis, the main guy behind Monster Sanctuary, and of course things you're curious about Coromon, maybe curious about that Creature Keeper game and what that has going on. Great opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, I will just post a link to the tweet. If you guys want, you can already post your questions below there. Otherwise, of course, we will also take live questions. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you can show Katzurka. And then I was like, right, this is randomized.
Oh! And no one noticed.
Ma, there's the really weird looking cat.
Yes.
Yes. I was gonna say a thank you there to Ethereal Wanderer talking about adopting an armtail today.
Nice.
Also for LASIK talking about adopting a Krakatoturtle.
Yeah, we should be careful to not letting its fire destroy something in your home. It is a risk, as you might have seen in the video introduction.
Also, some of the old guys, or like the veterans of Monster Sanctuary, might have recognized the explorability of Mimic and other monsters that have like the shooting explorabilities. the hitbox has actually been increased with the DLC, so it's actually easier to hit the vines with it. So you don't have to finitely stand on like the last pixel of the ledge to actually hit them. You can actually just stand near them and actually hit them, which I think a lot of people will be happy about.
To check, this was also done for the Earth attack as well.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Yes. I
there
was
you
some
mean
times,
Dual Blast at least?
like Toxicus.
Oh, that one. Yes,
The
that
slime
one as
shot.
well.
Slime shot. Yeah. No. We listen. We've seen the reports of people showing how they've had some trouble getting slime shot to activate. So we like Rilvenar said, taking a little bit of effort to smoothen that out.
Also, I gotta say, I have not used Mimic as like just letting them run behind me, but it's actually hilarious.
It's really hilarious. I also never used Mimic in my Monster Sanctuary runs before, I think. But this is also why this like new Bravery mode that is coming, or also Randomizer mode, is really cool, right? Because you get to use different monsters that you might not be using otherwise.
Indeed.
Kind of, it's really fun, especially if you like to challenge yourself or try something
here's that
new.
Zerker.
There we go.
You found it!
I've not lied to the stream. I've redeemed myself. But yeah, as everyone can see, that Zerker has not changed much, but definitely got a little bit more swag now, I would say.
Yeah, I quite appreciate the thicker sword, little more defined nose and boots. Comes
also
together
the
quite
improved
well.
animations, really nice. Oh, we also got a question about the rewards for donating money for the event. Is it some kind of DLC with the monsters you want? Yeah, that would be cool. No, I mean, I was thinking of DLC as a game update. But yeah, it's basically digital content that you will be getting in different tiers. So base tier is an adoption certificate, a customized adoption certificate for your monster, and then the second tier is that, including a background set for your desktop and mobile phone. And the third tier is all the previous tiers or rewards, as well as a special set on e-cards of the monster you adopted, which have been made with love and care and are funny to send around to your friends, for example. It's quite nice. And then we also have some special rewards. For example, become an NPC in Coromon. You can basically check our link tree to see, to go to the Tiltify page and see all the rewards yourself if you want to.
Yes. And I indeed see your notation there, Burmaranes. There is indeed a hidden champion that a lot of people will find quite challenging. And it has certainly nothing to do with a Puss in Boots. Hey, Philosopher's. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, we got a question about is this monster adoptable or that? For example, Tanuki, but Tanuki is not adoptable because it prefers to live in the wild, so it would not be happy living in your home. Sorry about that.
See, I think one of the trouble though is if you had a Tanuki, would you even know if you had one?
It will be very elusive, yes.
Anyway, so question from the chat on how long are we planning to go today?
The schedule is that we are gonna play for an hour, and we'll see at that time if we need more or if we will keep it at that, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go, talking about adopting a spinner. Yeah, that would, I'm not sure about that.
And I want to put it not in master mode anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, fun.
That's gonna be pain. As
Guys, we were going to have a very interesting champion fight coming. Someone is already writing. Yeah. Please done.
Yeah, I have seen this fight happen before. Let's say that Turtle is very scary early on. And I certainly hope, I actually don't remember out of the top of my head if my Mimic is weak to Turtle. I certainly don't hope so, because I will have a very painful time otherwise.
Oh my, three Druid Oak.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I have a fire attack on my Mimic, so I actually can I can cut through their region, but it certainly will take a little bit more time than what most people are used to at Burn fight. Let's say it that way.
Do you think you will lose your first monster with the champion?
I might, if not my first two. We'll see.
I'd actually be happy to see that, since it's a permadeath. We want to see the permadeath, right?
Well, I don't.
Well, Conan and I, we have an easy position here. We just, chat and talk and make funny comments, but you have to perform right now.
So check out that Caraglow on the side of the screen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what a cutie.
Hey, Caraglow farm instead of Blob farm? Sure.
That sounds actually reasonable.
Yeah, sounds like your kind of dream, huh, Galina?
Yes. Actually, I would have missed a cat circuit here, but cat only team.
No. You would have a farm of Caraglows with a cat circle as a gatekeeper.
Ooh, that sounds cool, actually. And I think my rideable mount would be Ormtail for sure.
I like its bounce for sure.
I'm actually very
your equipment.
in favor of Akluf as mount.
Yeah, but maybe check your equipment before you start, just to make sure that everything is arranged how you want it.
Morningstar might actually be decent here, since I do only attack skills. Yeah. This is good. Do I actually have? Oh, I actually have a belt.
You might want to skill Aklut in case that another monster dies.
Yeah, that might be a decent call. I think actually, no, I have good enough defense.
Food? Where's the food done? The chat already noticed.
Yes, chat is always good with food. Actually, I'll take justice and then with a belt, so he has a bit more defense, and then everything is good. And I actually have a berry, which I'm quite happy with. I'll take a health on him, some more mana. Here I just want health, defense, more. Okay, well, I'll just do it like that. I'll set you or I only have an orb. Okay, that's fine. And skills. Oh yeah, and this is the new skill that Aklut gets. It's a Sea Rage, which also applies sorcery, which is nice if you just want to go for that. I personally don't like it on Aklut that much, but it's certainly nice if you want to use it.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the reasons.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say that it's good point to say that there will be 78 new skills with the DLC update.
Yes.
So, yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I still like Sea Rage because in that particular skill tree, it's between Sea Rage and Heal. So if you're gonna go offensive, having a nice single target magical move still has some value, I would say.
Yes. And as people can see here, Pterodactyl gets charge stats when I attack him. Meaning that's actually interesting for me to use tackle here, even though it actually also deals more damage. Never mind. But
yeah,
like,
I mean,
I would actually mind how many procs I get on my attacks, just to keep his damage down as much as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably doing more because of the small bit of defense piercing that tackle has.
Right. That's correct. Also, I used fire attack move there for no reason. Oh well. And I'm just gonna play it as defensive as possible with healing every time.
Yeah, I mean that's how Nuzlocke usually are, right? You have to play a little less risky sometimes to survive.
Yeah, and like you mentioned before, using the heal move won't trigger the revenge on Pterodactyl, in which it gets even more charge stacks.
Roar. Yes, some mana. He still hurts. Like, my toad should not be taking half his health from... Oh, okay, I mean, it's still champion on mass mode. I guess it's kinda fair. But, yeah. Also, I don't do any damage to him either.
Yeah, I mean, the Pterodactyl does have 2 instances of barrier on it right now. Yep. That does not help.
No, it certainly doesn't. And at the same time, I have no way of actually removing it. So.
Yes. Similarly,
that we have some Discord pings incoming. And I don't want to distract you from this fight.
No, go ahead.
Whenever possible, maybe.
For me, this fight is basically autopilot now. So I can just answer.
Maybe you can check if your Discord is muted.
Do I actually want to use a small potion here? Not yet. I will definitely keep it in mind that I have potions. And that's also another thing of Permadeath and Bravery is that since you have so few monsters, you will actually start using potions if you usually never take those, just because it's so much more healing per turn early on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of us have not used much potions in their Monster Sanctuary runs. Well, that is not too bad, really.
It's proving to be kind of tough.
It certainly is taking its sweet time.
Yeah, because unfortunately you don't have as many debuffs right now, so... Uh-oh.
Yep, I definitely see that. Actually, I don't even care, I'll use a normal potion. But yeah, that's... basically, the longer the fight goes on, the more scary Pterodactyl becomes. Because I just get more debuffs. Well, I think I'm actually kinda at like the end of how many debuffs I can get. But...
Let's hope. So we got the question how Phoenix tier works in Permadeath.
Phoenix tier is actually... I can actually show. Instead of actually reviving a monster, I get a shield. So it's actually a pretty decent option if you just want to be super safe. But since I only have 2 at the moment, I will only use that when I really need it, basically after I've used all my potions.
Yeah, that's right.
See, now I'm starting to feel a little concerned because now I see that the Pterodryle has 3 barrier and regen.
And sorcery and glory. It's basically a full-on.
I'm thinking this is an instance where you may need to run away and come back a little later because I don't think.
I want to try it a little bit more because it's actually good to show it off.
Oh, totally. I'm like, I have a certain level of doubt at this point now that you're not doing more than its regen does.
I mean, so long as it actually keeps its poison.
No, it doesn't.
No, but like he keeps attacking toads, so he actually keeps getting it back.
Okay. Well, I meant that whole ancient restoration thing, constantly removing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't think I've dealt damage in the last 3 turns.
Effectively, no.
No.
Yeah, the issue is since it has 3 barrier along with both, agility and spell shield, you're just not doing enough consistent damage.
Also, Adam, thank you.
Adam is also believing in you.
I mean, we have some time, but yeah,
How about we let the people decide if they want to see you fight in Pterodryle?
Does Twitch chat want to see me on this boss for the next 15 minutes, or do they actually want me to progress and see what monsters are in the new, in the old areas, I guess?
Well, that is already a tentative question.
Basically, do you want me to see losing a monster, or do you want me to see a
lose monster? Sorry, I should type it in the chat, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking what Explosive Druid is saying. It's just like a resource sink.
Yeah, that's certainly kind of. Although, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to actually see if I am actually dealing enough damage or not. Because if he doesn't use his shield, I actually deal decent damage with mech. But if he does let his shield every turn, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. He is getting the shield every turn.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Tyler. But I think I will just forfeit for now and come back later.
It's okay, it's not giving up, it's just giving Pterodryle.
It's a strategic retreat, and I can just come back when I'm stronger.
Yeah, anyway, so once again, can you guys quickly check your Discords in terms of notification sounds? Because
yeah. I personally cannot, since then I would fuck up the stream.
But yes, gaining a little more strength will be a reasonable move.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I could also lower the difficulty from Master Mode to normal, but...
No, that would be giving up.
That would be giving up, okay.
No, you can do so, of course. Also, Smuggler and Barrel suggested using Absolute as your damage instead of Mimic.
I think... Wait, is Pterodryle weak to water? Is Pterodryle weak to water?
Oh, I'm not sure.
If that's the case, it might actually be worth, but I don't think so. Oh, Dagger says it is.
Yeah, it's like, no, water, yeah. And then resistant to wind.
Now I kind of want to go back. I will just go through this area, see if I can get another level, and then go back.
Yeah, I don't...
It would be cool to see you get another chest while we are streaming. Another monster, This is always is the best part in playing Nuzlocke, getting the new monster.
Yes, sadly I would need to beat Steam Garden or Terrell for that.
I know.
Um,
We'll do whatever it takes.
yes. Thankfully I'm not or not thankfully, unfortunately I'm not on a cheap build. Oh, that's that one not. I always confuse Toad with blob hit probability.
Yes. Anyway, as Tanuki was asking about chest randomizer, no, that is not on our plans at this time. Though I do know that, some people in the community, in terms of community mods, I think such a thing has been done. Is that right, Rilvenar?
Yes. Eva Isia has made a chest randomizer mod, which does work somewhat. It's certainly not the most stable mod, but it does work, and I think she has also been working on a mod for the DLC. I will leave it up to her if or when she actually makes it available.
Yeah, thankfully Evisa has been taking efforts to ensure that the randomizing type mods that they create are ready to go. Oh, I love all the Druid Oaks.
Yes. Okay, I can certainly use Atlas.
Here's the philosophical question is that a ranch or an orchard?
Good question. I guess I will at least do this. And this there. Got some more crit chance on this guy. Actually,
oh wow, there's a lot of hate towards Druid Oak. I'm surprised to read that.
I think what Bromanis is talking about is that Druid Oak, being a very defensive monster, can be a bit of a pain to deal with when speedrunning.
Oh yeah.
Somewhat, yes.
Yes.
I love to use Druid Oak to be a super pain in the ass for all my enemies.
Yes, and as I see some others, such as Paper Quagsire, mentioning, also in PvP, Druid Oak can be a formidable opponent. Has some good abilities to reduce the effectiveness of the opponent's team and keep yours alive, so I get what they mean.
Yes. Okay, well, let's try this one more time.
Nice. I see that Alcus is here, the person who had submitted Terradrell back in the contest in October.
Nice.
Naturally, all out of pity for you.
Oh yeah, this is doing a lot more damage. I just hope I don't get one-shotted. Nah, it should be a lot better.
Also, we all have to give Rilvenar a break because he's playing on Master Mode. That's quite difficult.
Yes. That makes all the difference in the world.
Yes. Also, the chill's actually gonna help a lot here.
Nice. So I guess we have to thank, or you have to thank Smacko King Barrel. I think he was the best in this episode.
And Tamaki or Tiger Orb as well.
Everyone who's watching and cheering you on.
Alright, that looks like some good effectiveness there. Question is, staying alive.
Yes. Thankfully, the Yowie passive healing is actually helping quite a bit. Yeah.
Gotta love supply.
Yes, I do. Hold on.
That's going way better than before, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is one of the things we always talk about in this game when various players struggle with content as we go, well, oftentimes it's not that the content, it's not that you can't beat it or something, it's all a matter of how do I re-strategize.
Yes.
Absolutely. Sometimes it also even helps to just reset your skill tree and try a different build with your monster. You don't even necessarily have to swap your monsters. Unless you have a Terror Drive as a champion for a master run.
I mean, I should have actually taken note of Totwell's weakness, but in this instance I was just like, I kind of have a working team, I'll just see how it goes. But yeah, it certainly is useful to pay attention.
Yes. So as you see, Rilvenar playing on Master mode made a nice Master move there by making sure to switch to the Toad to actually heal before the Yowie attacked. Gotta get that combo.
Yes. And now I actually used the Phoenix there on Atlut just to give it a little bit more survivability.
Yeah, seemed like a wise decision.
Also with Demon Deluge, or Surge I think it's called. Deluge is the ultimate. But Surge is still quite annoying because it's just a lot of damage.
Which move are you thinking of?
With Demon Surge.
Oh, okay, yes. Yes, chat's talking about, at least since this is a low level Terror Drow, that it's not able to use the ultimate of Ancient Conjunction, and yes, that would be quite annoying if that was the case.
That would legitimately be a win killer.
Maybe you guys want to explain what is Ancient Conjunction?
Yes. Ancient Conjunction is an ultimate that gives him barrier, a shield, and an H stack.
Nice.
Meaning that he basically gets a lot of tankiness and more damage, and over time that becomes really, really dangerous.
Well, we're almost there.
Well, almost is an overstatement, I would say. I still need to survive and I don't have that many potions left.
Fine.
But yeah, it's certainly getting a lot better than it was in the previous attempts.
So close.
So, I see my father in chat. Oh, no, my father is in chat.
Like, really? Your father?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Hi. Sunset. I had to laugh at this comment. Akut saying, Mr. Moira, I don't feel so good.
You got through it, Cliff. I have faith in you. Actually, I will just use Phoenix there.
Yeah, I was like...
just to be safe. Because I don't think I can kill it this round, even if I attack with Toad.
So now...
But now
for everyone who missed the info, this is what Phoenix Spear does when used in permadeath mode. Not reviving, obviously.
Oh no. This is... Yep. Oh my.
Close.
It's his shooting is a little bit too much. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
There goes Atloof. I might actually not have the damage now.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't have any healing either.
Please don't.
We have successfully failed. The dream is dead.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I just retreat now. Because he's just going to get more shields. Thank you, Shawnee. Yes, it was indeed a great Steam Down run. Also, as you can still see, I do have Atlut as an explorer ability still, but he's no longer in my inventory. But I can still use him.
Yeah, show how it does. Yeah, disappeared.
Yes.
Damn.
And one good
Maybe you want
thing.
to switch difficulty.
You keep the items of the dead monster. So you don't lose the monster and the items, you only lose the monster.
Exactly. That's very good.
Yes, that used not to be the case in the earliest version of the game. And I made sure that that was not the case anymore, because that would just be really bad. What I can do is just keep leveling at the moment, but also almost time. So
I think we definitely have to play until the new area, because I want to see you get another monster. So I would be okay with you lowering difficulty again.
Yeah?
But it might be a little bit cheating, of course. I just wanted to say, oh, just catch a new Aklut, but I forgot we were on Bravery mode.
Yeah, that's sadly not a possibility. Paper corpse higher. Riding a corpse feels bad, man. Yes. It certainly is.
You can really.
To be honest, I'm actually not sure if... I mean, I can just quickly set on easy mode and just power through it to show it, I guess.
You're not even sure that normal is enough? You think, yeah...
Well, I don't think the skills get adjusted, only the health values.
Yeah, I'm okay with both. I think the others are as well. Also, JJ is wishes they could play Randomizer right now, and I feel that because Randomizer is so much fun.
Yes, let's say.
So much fun.
Oh, actually, I'll show this off as well. With the DLC, we added, instead of having this page for save files, we added 10 complete new save files. So instead of having 9 save files, you now have like 99.
Yes.
So that's certainly a increased amount of save files that you can have.
Question though, Rilvenar, what about console version for that?
Yes, that's an excellent question. Because the consoles, due to limitations, will only have 1 extra page. So they will have more save files, but only 1 more page.
Yeah, so
Yes.
for consoles, it will go from 9 to 18.
Yes.
Still hopefully be plenty of room, though.
Yes, I would hope so. Let's put this on casual just to show it off. Because I can probably do it on normal, but for the sake of time and showing
We know
off.
you could also do it on master if you would give you the time, so no need.
Yes, but I would still need Atluf for that to happen. If I had Atluf and would just level like probably 1 or 2 levels would have been enough, then I could have probably done it. But yeah, as you can see now that I'm on casual, my Mimic is basically doing as much damage as Atluf was on master mode. So instead of basically being stuck here, I can actually power through it a bit more easily.
Mm-hmm. And just as a plug for those who are hungry for more DLC content, at some point today, I do not know precisely when, another streamer will be continuing his run. Well-known streamer Wanderbot was streaming some of the DLC New Zone for Forgotten World yesterday. He said that he's planning to continue / hopefully finish that area today. Again, I don't know when he's going to be doing that, but, you know, maybe go and follow him, get a notification when he's live. See some of the
suggestion.
cool...
So
Cool.
Sean also wanted to stream later.
Indeed. I was going to say, yeah, Sean as well. I don't know
Sean,
when
if
he's
you're still
planning on
here?
doing that.
Yeah, if he's still here, maybe he can tell us when plans to do it. He's probably going to do it way faster. That's a bravery run than we are doing right now.
Yes, I'm certainly taking it a bit more slow and methodical, but if you're just doing a speed run or like a normal randomizer mode run, it's a lot faster.
I think he wanted to do a bravery mode run.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure if bravery and also randomizer or like everything. That could be really interesting. Randomizer, every seed is basically new, so always a new interest.
Also, Yowie, finish it!
Hey! Yes. Okay, so there you go. Thank you for the info. It says Wanderbot scheduled for 3 hours from now. Excellent.
Awesome. I'll quickly get...
Yeah. I mean, for myself, I'll probably pop by in the, Twitch chat during that period because he's, of course, quite fun to watch.
Yes. And
but yes,
for
Worm
people that
Vanquished.
are new to Monster Sanctuary, Steam Golem, or in this case, Terradol, is a requirement for us to actually go to the Stronghold. And we need to go through to the Stronghold to go through to the Blue Caves, which is the first area that we can actually go through after the Wonders Tale. What is this area even? It's been too long since I actually looked at the names.
Yes, the Keeper's Stronghold.
Keeper.
Yes.
Yeah, this is called the Keeper's Trail, not the Wanderer's Trail, but yeah.
Yes. But otherwise, as for our fundraising efforts, making some more progress, we're past $2,400 out of our goal of $5,000, so getting really close to the halfway mark.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Thank you everyone who is donating. This is the nice thing about fundraising. Even small amounts of money, even if you only can afford to pay the amount of a coffee, basically, or yeah, it depends on the country, but yeah, $5 can still make a difference.
I mean, even $1 is just nice. Like, if everyone here in this chat now donates like $1, that's still 27 euros. That's like, or $27. That's still a good amount.
Wait a second.
I mean, is it actually the euro and the dollars almost similar at the moment?
Let's say similar.
Yeah, it's definitely not exactly the same, but it's similar.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a bigger difference, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
To confuse anyone, we are not a finance stream right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, side note, we got a question though for the DLC about when it is in progression. Like, is it late or post game? Actually, it is very end game. You can access it before ending the main story, or you can access it afterwards.
Yes,
Yeah,
we added a new champion in the Blue Caves with some explorability requirements to access it, but that will actually give you the opportunity to go to the Forgotten World a bit earlier than end game. I would say mid game to end game is more correct than end game.
Yeah, the idea behind the design that we did for that is that for the average player who's playing the game for the first time, they're probably going to be able to access the Forgotten World somewhat near the end. For players who kind of already know what they're doing, and maybe this is their second or multiple playthrough, there will be certain ways that you'll be able to get there more mid-game. So it depends.
Yes.
Gotta love the Metroidvania nature of exploration.
Yes,
Indeed.
exactly. It's
Yes, but
non-linear.
Yep. Another question talking about having to wait a couple of weeks. Yes. Development always takes plenty of time, especially when we have consoles to deal with. The idea is, of course, that the console companies... Oh, yeah, one sec there, Rilvenar. Console companies have a lot of requirements for their stuff, so those are very lengthy processes.
Yes.
But before opening the chest, remember about naming, all right?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Let's go.
Are you all ready?
Wait, drum roll. Okay, I cannot do a drum roll.
Nice. Salahammer.
Woo! Okay.
Wait, I need him.
Yes. So
are you satisfied?
Yes.
Yeah, Salahammer is certainly a useful monster. I'm not entirely sure if it's that useful for the team that I currently have. There is definitely some similarities, or not similarities, but synergies between Salahammer and Mimic.
Well, that's the fun of the new game modes, right? Finding out how you can utilize it in your team. Because you will not get a new monster. I'm not sure. I think not yet. If anyone wants to name someone, shoot.
I mean, I'm fine with Hammer Time, but...
Micro is, I think, a suggestion.
Sure.
Bonk. But Micro was first.
Yes.
First come, first serve.
And for anyone that's not familiar with Micro, or Salahammer in this case, it's a pretty good buff and shooter, but can also certainly use some AoE attacks if needed. For now, I think I'll actually go... No, it doesn't even matter, I will take both. At level 10 it actually becomes quite relevant with improved barrier, team play and combo buffing, where it's just kind of like already a decent buffer. And you can also...
Preparation, that one's also really helpful in the left-hand side.
Ah, yes, definitely. Let's call that out, because I'll actually grab that then. And I'll grab a health node, so it's a little bit more tankier. And I'll actually... Ooh, there's a normal blob here.
A rare sighting.
Blobs are always good. But yes.
I always want to say, oh yeah, wait for that blob egg. I always forget you're not getting eggs, you're playing Bravery mode.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Guys, I have a question for you two. Do we keep playing, or are we gonna call it a day after this fight?
Yeah, I think we basically showed what another looked like. We saw one monster die permanently. That was already good. We saw some new monsters.
That was very sad, you mean? But yes.
Yes, that's what I meant, exactly. Oh, sorry, English is not my first language.
Yeah, it's okay.
And we also saw new monsters from the DLC. The sprites, I think. We saw plenty of interesting things, so I'm okay if we end it for today.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll work fine. And again, just a reminder, as Super was saying, it sounds like Wanderbot should be streaming some more Monster Sanctuary DLC content, as in the new area itself, the Forgotten World, in, let's say, approximately 3 hours from now. So approximately 2 p.m. Pacific time, or also 11 p.m. Germany time. So keep that in mind if you're hungry for more stuff. Also keep in mind developer Q&A time tomorrow, Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific / 7 p.m. Germany time. That'll have the main developers of the 3 games that are cooperating for this particular charity event. And otherwise, in terms of the charity, we're really, really close, just $36 off from getting our halfway point, so good momentum there.
Yes, thank you all for watching and for donating.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us and joining Rilvenar's first live Monster Sanctuary Nuzlocke. And hopefully see some of you guys tomorrow in the Q&A. I will be there, definitely, moderating, so hope to see someone there.
Awesome. Thank you for joining and for commentating. And with that, I'll end it.
Yes. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.